This is obviously a live. Tastes all right. So this is a live. We're gonna go over the Isreal Adesanya card versus Joe Pyfer. All my picks. I'll tell you who I feel who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, and because obviously I've done my prediction previously, I did tell everybody who I think is gonna win here. But you're gonna find out if my pick has changed. I'm also gonna go do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'll let you know who's the results of the giveaway as well. I had loads of people, loads and loads and loads of messages. So thank you for everyone who's participating. Loads of messages. But I'll tell you who won and what the answer was. If you remember, the question was, who in the UFC did I dislike the first? Like, who was the first fighter who I disliked in the UFC? I had quite a few DMs, quite a lot of DMs, so I'll tell you the winner, if there was one or not. And I'll tell you the new giveaway question as well. If I might start making them a bit more easier, but at the moment, we'll keep them as it is. So usually when I do these lives, I'll go straight into the card. But this way and then talk about AOB. I'm gonna do AOB first, then go into the card. So Joe Pyfer versus Israel. I'm not gonna talk about my prediction yet, if it's changed or not. But it's a good fight. It's a good fight. In fact, I'm not gonna talk about the fight. Yeah, I'll tell you what I think about the fight anyway, and how I feel. But AOB first. So obviously, I have Netflix. A Netflix card is fully out there now. I don't think they're adding any more fights to it. But it looks pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie. It does look pretty solid. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is there. Also, you have Francis Ngannou versus Philip Lins. You have, who else have you got in there? You got a few other people as well. Oh, JDS is on there as well. JDS is fighting as well. So that's pretty good card. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good Netflix card. I'm here talking about the Netflix card. I've been listening to quite a few other people who obviously have channels, and they're comparing the Netflix card to the White House card. Now, there is quite a bit of a contrast between the Netflix card and the White House card. They're both pretty good cards. But if you're looking at skill-wise, the Netflix skill-wise card, it doesn't really match the White House card if you're talking about skill-wise. But if you're looking at for fun, then you're probably going to go with the Netflix card. So it looks quite... if you've just come onto the live, I'm going to be doing the giveaway later. I'm going to tell who's won the giveaway. I'm going to be doing the new giveaway question. So that'll be a bit later. I'm just going through the cards. Obviously, you have Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. I'm going to do a prediction close to the time, but I would say Ronda Rousey probably win that. Francis Ngannou versus Philip Lins. Come on now. Francis is going to eat this dude for lunch, mate. He's going to eat for lunch. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. That's a close one. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I might lean towards Nate because you can do the wrestling and jiu-jitsu, but Mike Perry can definitely win that fight. Then you got JDS versus Robelis Des Panay. I have no idea who that is. Yo, I'm going with JDS on that one. I'm not too sure about it. Oh, Mohamed Makayev versus Andrados Morales. That's an interesting one. I might go with Mohamed because I know he's going to use his wrestling. Then you have Lorenzo Larkin and Jason Jackson. That's going to be an interesting one too. Lorenzo Larkin used to fight in the UFC. but is not there anymore. And Jason Jackson is a fellow Jamaican. So I'm not trying to be biased here, but he's great as too. So that would be an interesting one. You got Alain Pereira, Alex Pereira's daughter, I'd say daughter, sister, my bad, versus Jade Manson Wong. So yeah, it's a decent card. It's a decent card. I will do a more precise and concise breakdown of this card when it gets closer to the time. But it looks like it's a good card. It's a fan friendly card. But if you're talking about high level skills, the best versus the best when it comes to fighting, I'm not really gonna say it's gonna be the Netflix card, but it's pretty good. Hello, Vit Paul. How you doing, brother? You good? Hello to everyone else in here. Hey, you post a message. If you want to chat in here, we can talk. You want to ask me questions, we can talk. Like I said, I'm gonna go through the whole Isreal Adesanya versus the Joe Pyfer card, and then after that, we're gonna do the giveaway. I'm gonna tell everyone who won and what the answer was, and then we're gonna do another giveaway if we don't have a winner. But I'm gonna do the giveaway soon. So, but I want to go through the Isreal Adesanya card first. But I was just talking about AOB firstly, like what's been happening out there. It's mainly the Netflix card. What else? Hello, Eben Jr. Patterson. How you doing, brother? How's everyone doing? Let me talk to y'all. Let me talk to you lot. We'll get into the Isreal Adesanya. How's everyone's week been? Like, what have you lot been doing? Hello, Laura Dazani. How's everyone's week been? What's everyone been doing? Like, thank you for joining me, people. I appreciate it. Hello. What G? Okay. Anyone been working? How's everyone's week been? Anyone been doing anything nice? What part of the world are you lot from? You can respond. You know what I mean? We can talk. Okay. Hi. I see ya. I see you lot. I see everybody. All right. Just watching cricket. Okay. Who's playing in cricket? Who's playing in cricket? Is any other cricket people in there? Any cricket fans in here? Hopefully your team is winning if you're watching cricket. Right. Let's go through the full card of UFC Fight Night on tonight in Seattle, Washington. Isreal Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Okay. I'm going to go through the full card and who I think is going to win. And then when I finish going through the full card, I will tell everybody the giveaway, who won the giveaway, and what's the new giveaway question as well. So if you want to win some money, stay tuned, or you can watch this back. It's up to you lot. So obviously it's in the Climate Pledge Arena. It's going to be Isreal Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer happening later on. I won't be watching it live. I would have done a watch along, but I ain't gonna be able to watch it live. I really would, but it's just when you're in the UK, the main card where Israel's walking to the ring, it's on at 4 a.m. in the UK. So this is why there was an issue with the UFC previously with Tom Aspinall, previously, and when Leon Edwards was fighting Bilal Muhammad, because there's walking to the ring at 4 o'clock in the morning, like. Fights don't usually happen with that. Boxing matches in the UK, when it's like a big match, it happens at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's like the optimal time to be fighting. So if you're walking to the ring at 3 o'clock, it's like your body should be sleeping right now, but you're going to go in there and throw fists with somebody at a high level. So that's why I will not be doing it live. But if it's in the UK, I'll do the lives. I did a live stream last time. Go and watch it. Also, the cards in Abu Dhabi and Australia are usually on earlier. I don't think the cards could be happening in Abu Dhabi at the moment, but the ones that happen in Abu Dhabi, I do lives for those. So the next Abu Dhabi one, when it goes back, I will be doing a live for that. Same with anything in Australia that's on early, so in Europe. So It starts off with the first fight: Alexia Fanara versus Bruno Brazil. Um, oh, I just let you know. I'll go through the card, but I'll respond to you lot as well. How's my work been? My work's been all right. Just been working out. Just been chilling here in England. The weather's a bit temperamental. It's cold and it's sunny. It's like it's sunny, but it's cold. It's like the sun's out, but it's cold outside. It's weird. So the skies look blue and it's sunny here, but when you go outside, it's cold. Okay, I do these lives in my gym. Just like it's just easier for me to do it in here. So this is where I work out. So yeah, my week's been good. How's your week gone? So with the first fight, women's strawweight, Alexia Fanara versus Bruno Silva, Bruno Brazil, El Brigado. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a wiki. I don't know who these people are. I have no clue who's gonna win this. But if I'm gonna take a guess, I'll probably go with I don't know Alexia Fanara. But I've no idea who they are. I'm gonna be honest. Then you have the bantamweight bout between Ricky Simone and Adrian Yanez. This is a good fight. Ricky Simone he's a hell of a fighter. 22 wins, 7 losses, but he's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. Currently, he lost his last fight, but before that, I have a lot of wind. I've been drinking gassy drinks. Before that, he's on a 2-fight winning streak. Before that, though, a 3-fight losing streak. So it's looking a bit dicey. Yanez, he lost his last won and lost before that. I'm gonna go with Ricky Simone on this one. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't say put money on it, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Next fight at light heavyweight is Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. So Navajo Sterling, he trains with Izzy. He trains as Isreal Adesanya, the last style bender. He hasn't lost his 8-0 at the moment. I'm going to go with Navajo Sterling only because I don't know who Bruno Lopez's team is. And I know Navajo Sterling trains with Isreal Adesanya. Yeah, so I'm confident he can get the job done. So I'm going to go with him. Then we have women's flyweight, Casey O'Neill versus Gabriel Fernandez. So Casey O'Neill is originally from Scotland, but she now resides in Australia. She claims the Australian flag. I don't know the other girl. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna go with Casey. But I'm tentative because she hasn't fought for quite a while. Then we have Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune at heavyweight. This should be an interesting fight. I know Tyrell Fortune is a wrestler, so he could be using wrestling. But I know Marcin Tybura, he's got good jiu-jitsu, so I'm going to go with him. Then we got Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. Chase Hooper is pretty good. He's a bit of a phenom. He's only 26 years old. His record is 16-4. He is coming off a loss to Alexander Hernandez, but he was on a 5-fight winning streak, so I'm going to go with him. Plus, the other guy is not sort of well known. Then in the feature fight on the prelims, it is Ignacio Bohemandez versus Torek Masavev. I've probably butchered that name. So with Ignacio, he is 17 wins, 6 losses. He lost his last fight to Rafael Fiziev, but he was on a 3-fight winning streak before that. He's going against Turek Masavev. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm butchering names. Lost his last one, 1-2 before that. Lost his last, win-loss. I'm going to go with Ignacio on that one there. Then we get to the main card. Okay, so that's all my picks so far. So first fight, Terence McKinney versus Carl Nelson. Now, Terence McKinney, yeah, he's a great fighter. But he just gets knocked out. Win loss. He just goes in there and throws, and it's win loss. Last fight he lost to Chris Duncan by submission, anaconda choke. Oh my bro, salute your dedication, bro. This is like a second job to me. This is a job till it's a job. But I love doing this. This is something I like doing. So Duncan, he lost by submission. Then he was on a 2-fight winning streak: submission, guillotine, and TKO. Then he lost to Epstein Rabiviov, TKO head kick. That was nasty. Then Brendan Marriott, TKO knee and punches, and then Mike Brandine, TKO. So he's going against Carl Nelson. Carl Nelson is 17 wins and 6 losses. That's pretty good record there. He's coming off a win over Matt Favola, Steve Garcia, 3 wins before that. I'm going to be honest here. I'm probably going to go Carl Nelson, but don't be surprised if Terence McKinney pulls up and gets the victory here. Then we have Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yasuri Bangori. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm butchering names all night long in here. Yeah. So, So this dude, Mangori, is on a 4-fight winning streak. I think Manzuri's good as well, but I'm going to go with Yuri Belgadjuri, I think his name. I'm going with him. Then in the featherweight division, we have Julian Arosa versus Lerian Douglas. I'm going to be honest, brah. I'm going to be honest. He's going for loss there, but 3-fight winning streak. I'm going to go with Julian Arosa. I'm going to go with him. I reckon he's going to get the victory. So if you're putting money down, bro, like, I'm helping ya. Listen, then we get to the main card, the feature fight. So it's Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price. They're both retiring. So if you're watching this and you're a Michael Chiesa fan or you're a Nico Price fan, they're leaving the UFC. So tune in because this is going to be their last fight. Okay, so with Michael Chiesa, there's a point where he was on a winning streak. Like, he was like eating guys, yeah? And then he just sort of went up and down, up and down. But he is on a 3-fight winning streak. He beat Court McGee, Matt Griffin, and Tony Ferguson. Man like Tony. Give Tony Ferguson his respect, yeah? So he's going against Nico Price. Nico Price, he's coming off he's on a 3-fight losing streak with 1 win to Alex Moreno and 2-fight. I'm telling you right now, Michael, if you were a betting person, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what it's paying, but I'd put money on Michael Chiesa right there. Chiesa, 100%. Then in the co-main event of the evening, yeah, we have Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. So obviously Alexa Grasso is the former UFC champion. She beat Valentina Shevchenko, but then drew and then lost in the rematch. All she do is fight, no matter what, championship fights. So she is on a 2-fight losing streak to Natalia Silva, who's really good, and Valentina Shevchenko, 2-fight losing streak. And then obviously she drew to Valentina Shevchenko before that. She is facing Macy Barber, who's ranked number 5. Macy Barber is on a winning streak. She's on a 7-fight winning streak. Gee! Hey, if you're out there putting money down, I'm going to tell you right now, I would probably go with Macy Barber. Now, I like Alexa Grasso. I think she's awesome, one of the best fighters in women's division. But I just feel, since she's lost her title, I just don't feel she has that killer instinct anymore. I don't think she had the killer instinct. I think she's lost. I think, like, she lost to Natalia Silva. She just didn't seem like herself. She just didn't seem like she was in on it. I reckon she's making a lot of money now with probably sponsorships due to becoming a champion previously. I just don't think she's in on it. I don't think she's all in. These women she's fighting have not been champions. They're fighting to pay their light and electricity bill. You know what I mean? They're the hungriest fighters. That's going to get me onto the main event. They're the hungriest fighters, those who are trying to pay their electricity bill, their water bill. You know what I mean? They're paying rent. They're looking to eat. And then Dana, if you've seen Dana White interviews, he says, you eat what you kill. Okay, so that's what they're doing. People like Alexa Grasso, she's made the money. She's fought at the Sphere. She went in as champion, pay-per-view points. That was in the pay-per-view points era with Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean? She's made a lot of money. So she may be, I'm not saying she's taking her foot off the gas, but I don't know how dedicated and hungry she is. Because especially with her last fight, she just looked like she wasn't there in her last fight. So I'm not sure what she's going to bring for me in this fight. So unfortunately, I don't know if there's any Mexicans in there, but I'm going to be going with Macy Barber in the co-main event. Now in the main event of the evening. The main event of the evening Then we'll go into any more AOB. Then we'll go into the giveaway results. So in the main event, we have Isreal Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Listen, let me tell you this right now. Okay, let me be honest here right now. I like Isreal Adesanya. I have always betted for Isreal Adesanya. I've always said he's going to win. I'll be behind Isreal Adesanya from the beginning. Okay, from the beginning when he came in, he positioned himself like he was urinating over the place. Israel Adesanya's been the guy. When he went against Paulo Costa, I said Israel's going to win. When he went against Jared Cannonier, I voted Israel. When he fought Alex Pereira both times, I went with Israel. When he fought against DDP, I went with Israel. When he fought against Sean Strickland, I went with Israel. When he fought against Imavov, I went with Israel. Okay? I was all in, put all my chips on Israel, say, yep, he's going to win. Israel has lost his last 3 fights. Okay, Isreal Adesanya has lost his last 3 fights. Now, I'm saying all of this for those, dude, are you high? No, I'm not high. I'm passionate, bruv. I'm passionate. If I was high, my eyes would be red. My eyes are not red. I'm passionate, bruv. No high around here. So anyway, like I was saying, and are you saying am I high about? Are you regarding Islam is the best? We're not talking about Islam. We're talking about Isreal Adesanya. Catch up, bro. Talking about Isreal Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. But Islam is the best. Islam is definitely the best. I agree. But anyway, we're not high. We're talking MMA here. So, as I said, Isreal Adesanya, he's great. He's one of the best who's ever done it. He's probably the second best or one of the best. Some people say he's the number 1 middleweight of all time. But if we're talking about tonight, I'm talking about Isreal Adesanya tonight. Yeah, today. You need to look at things. So, and I'm helping it. If anyone's here is putting money on, I'm trying to help you as well. Okay, because a lot of people out there, I've watched a few other shows, a few other MMA shows. Everyone's saying Israel's going to win. Israel's going to win. Okay, but you need to look at the landscape. So he's lost 3 in a row. Okay, the fight against Sean Strickland, I thought he was going to walk through Sean Strickland and eat his lunch. Yeah. Sean Strickland put a beat down on him, yeah? Especially in the last round where he was screaming in his face, hit me, yeah! He took him out. The fight I really needed Israel to win was Israel versus DDP, because they're talking about who's the real African. Israel got choked out, yeah? Then the last fight versus Imavov, everyone was like, yeah, Israel's going to walk through him. It's Imavov, yeah. Sean Strickland beat him. Israel walked through him. Imavov stopped Isreal Adesanya TKO. Okay. So as I said, we have people here talking in other media, other MMA media. Party. Oh yeah, look, Shama. I like party. I like Shama. But we have people here saying, Israel's going to walk through Joe Pyfer, and these are coming from supposed MMA analysts, people like that, and previous fighters. Then let's talk about Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer is he's a tank. The dude's a tank. He's like a ginger barbarian, yeah? He's a dangerous guy. Knockout hands, knockout power, both hands. He's hungry. Remember what I said about Alexa Grasso versus maybe Macy Barber? People are fighting to pay their light bill. That's the kind of guy who's fighting to keep electricity on. He's fighting to pay the rent. He's fighting to get the car payments. The dude is fighting to stay above water. Yeah, I don't know his financial situation, but I'm saying if you're not fighting in the main event and making millions upon millions, I see you as somebody who's coming up. So he is hungry. He has knockout power. The guy is massive. Israel is 36, I think, or 37. This guy is 28, 29. This guy has a lot of stats over Israel, and I just think he's hungrier. So my prediction here, has it changed since I did my prediction video? You can go and see it on my channel. It's in my videos. I did my prediction for Joe Pyfer versus Isreal Adesanya. But my prediction here, I am still going with Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer is going to get it done. And I'm going to predict it right here, right now. I think Joe Pyfer is going to get stoppage. I think Joe Pyfer is going to stop Isreal Adesanya. Probably in the third or fourth. If it's in the first round, listen, I like Izzy. I've always voted on Izzy, but I'm not voting on Izzy on this time. I feel Israel should stop fighting. Now, who am I to tell him to stop fighting? It's down to him if he wants to stop fighting. But if Israel loses this fight, I feel he should stop fighting, because you don't want to be making all this money and not being able to spend the money, especially when he was stopped in his last fight by knockout. You know what I mean? You don't want to get CT or CTE, whatever it's called, and not be able to spend your money that you've accumulated. So I feel Isreal Adesanya should retire if he loses this fight, especially if it's not by knockout and he goes to a decision, then fine. If he wants to continue fighting, but I'm saying if he gets knocked out back to back, it's not good for your brain. It's not good to have your light shot off back to back in back to back fights. So I would say to Israel, if you lose this by stoppage and knockout, you need to retire. You need to. That's it. If he wins, if he loses by decision and he has more fights in his contract, then fight it out. But I am going with Joe Pyfer because I feel Joe Pyfer is going to get this done. I'm saying it now, if you're out there, you're putting money down, I feel Joe Pyfer is going to stop Izzy probably in the second or third round. I think Joe Pyfer is going to get a stoppage in the second or third round. If you're putting money on, I'm telling you now, go with Joe Pyfer. Izzy, I'm not saying he's checked out. He's not the same. Use your brain, yeah? Izzy's 36, 37. Joe Pyfer's 29. Izzy doesn't have knockout power. He has accumulated strike power. Joe Pyfer has knockout power. He can knock you dead power. He can knock you out, stop you, okay? So I'm going with Joe Pyfer on this. Any Izzy fans out there, I'm not an Izzy hater. As I said before, I've gone with Izzy every single time before that, and now he's losing. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. And I'm not here. Let me say one other thing before I move on to the giveaway. I'm not one of these people who vote for people because, he's from England, or my friend knows him, or my cousin knows him, or I know him. You will see a lot of predictions by people on their channel, and because they train with certain people in their stable, they're like, I'm going with him. I ain't gonna bet against him. But let's say, for instance, you're someone who follows that channel, and then you're like, I'm going on whatever he's saying. But he's only going on that because he's friends with that person, and you get I'll give you an example here. Let's take the blatant example. You had Dan Hooker versus Arman Tsarukyan, yeah? I did my prediction, and I said to you, Arman Tsarukyan is going to beat Dan Hooker. What happened? He beat Dan Hooker. Another channel, I ain't going to say who, you can probably work out. There you go. Oh, yeah, Dan Hooker's going to beat Tsarukyan. It'll be easy. He'll strike him. Clearly, that's not going to happen. Like, if that was a blatant, there's no way he's beating him, and he didn't beat him. So I'm not one of these channels who vote for people are like, I tell you exact truth. This is why I said Joe Pyfer is going to beat Isreal Adesanya. Unfortunately, I like Israel. Like I said, I voted on Israel every single time, yeah? But Israel is going to get slept. He's going to get knocked out. I like Israel. I need to keep saying this. I like Israel. I've been voting for Israel. I've always gone for Isreal Adesanya. But he's going to get beat. So, and like I said, if he gets beat by stoppage, he needs to stop fighting because he ain't going to have enough brain cells to be able to spend his money. He's built a nice complex. I don't know if you've been... I follow Izzy. I like Izzy, yeah? He's built a nice complex where he's got like a flat and everything on his complex. He needs to... If he loses, he needs to go into that. He's doing DJing. Like, Izzy's doing loads of other things, bro. You know what I mean? Joe Pyfer is probably eating like potatoes and beans. You know what I mean? Joe Pyfer's probably got eating, drinking water and bread. Yeah, with no money. Yeah, and he's here to kill. He's trying to eat. He's trying to eat to kill. Dana White said you eat what you kill. So he's trying to get these big fights and get his money up. Yeah. So that's what's happening. So let's see. Let's see what happens, peeps. But I'm going to be back here tomorrow in my live. I always do a post-fight live as well. So I don't really I'll put it on here, but I'm going to be doing always do a post-fight live around 9 o'clock p.m. GMT. So we'll be back here tomorrow. So that is my full prediction on the card. Okay, I'm going to take a little water break here. I've got some water here, and I'm going to tell you about the giveaway and then the new giveaway question. All right, we're good. Before we go into the giveaway, AOB is going to be any other business. Usyk is fighting Rico in boxing. Like, that's a cash grab. That's a cash grab. That when you see a cash grab, you see a cash grab. That's a cash grab. I believe it's in like Egypt or somewhere like that. Rico versus Usyk. Bruh, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. He was just like, yo, where's the money? How much you paying me, bro? Bro, listen. If anyone's out there who knows Usyk, I will fight Usyk, bro. I will fight Usyk. I will fight Usyk today for whatever money. If you pay millions, someone call Usyk right now and I'll go and fight. But I'll box Usyk tomorrow. Yeah. So anyone out there who's doing boxing and you're paying money, if Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to hold at me, I will box Usyk. Okay. So you got Rico versus Usyk. I'm telling you now, Rico's gonna get he's gonna get murked, bro. Like Usyk's gonna run through him. Okay. The other boxing fight I had was, is it Tommy Fury versus Eddie Hall? I think, is it Eddie Hall? Eddie Hall's like 500 pounds full muscle. You know what I mean? Tommy Fury, he could he could barely get by Jake Paul, but he might be able to outbox him in speed. But I don't know if Eddie Hall, whatever his name is, Eddie Hall. If he touches him once, he's out. He's going to sleep. He's going bye. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. So people, giveaway time. Yeah. So the other giveaway I did, I said to you lot, I forgot the question now. But I forgot the question. I did tell you on the last one, I forgot it. We're doing this every week, I forgot. But anyway, so the last giveaway, I do remember. I said to you lot, the question for the giveaway. So everyone, I'm doing a giveaway now. I'm gonna do the new giveaway question for next week. Okay. If you with my giveaways, have your PayPal account already, because if you win cash, and I'll send it to you by PayPal. We don't do lies in here. It's no BS. It's all free. All you have to do is DM me on my Bitman TV Instagram page, and then we send you the money if you win. Okay, so the question for last week, and we have a new question this week. So we have a question for last week was, which UFC fighter did I dislike? Which was the first UFC fighter I disliked when I started watching mixed martial arts? That was the question. Okay? I already said to you lot what UFC got me into. It was UFC 35, Frank Trigg versus Matt Hughes. That's what got me into mixed martial arts. But I've been watching it since then. So which mixed martial artist did I dislike? Who was the first person I disliked? We've had loads of replies. Okay, loads of them. Thank you lot all for participating with loads of replies. The answer was, I thought I would get this. It's quite easy. It was Georges St. Pierre. Georges St. Pierre is the first mixed martial artist I disliked. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Obviously, I'm going to tell you the new giveaway question. If you didn't win, don't worry. So the reason why I didn't like Georges St. Pierre is because like I said to you, I got into mixed martial arts of UFC 35, which was Frank Trigg versus Matt Hughes. I was a Matt Hughes guy, yeah? Matt Hughes was my guy. He was my guy. I was like, Matt Hughes. Then he got beat by Georges St. Pierre. When Georges St. Pierre lost to him firstly by armbar, and then Georges St. Pierre came back with confidence and finished him by armbar and then finished him by head kick and punches and elbows. I didn't like Georges St. Pierre because he beat Matt Hughes. I just didn't like him at all. Yeah. Now I like Georges St. Pierre is a GOAT. He's one of Mount Rushmore. He may be the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. I like Georges St. Pierre now, but I didn't like Georges St. Pierre previously. I didn't like GSP because he beat Matt Hughes. So that was the answer I was looking for. I was looking for Georges St. Pierre. Okay. So that was the first martial artist I didn't like. Okay. Unfortunately, no one got the question right. I had loads of other answers. I had Colby Covington, which makes sense. I had loads of other ones. Josh Koscheck. I had all different other ones. Conor McGregor. I had all different ones, but they're not. No, it wasn't them. The first person I didn't like was Georges St. Pierre because he beat Matt Hughes. I was not a fan, and I was not happy. Right. So that leads us on to the next question. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And the reason it's the truth, I've just told you the whole story behind it. So that's the truth. Right. So we're gonna do another giveaway. I'm gonna say to you lot, if no one gets it right in this week or next week, I'm gonna start making the questions a lot easier. It's gonna be like, who did Frank Mir beat by armbar and broke his arm You know what I mean? It's going to be easy questions like that because I don't want to have you lot not never winning. So, but we're going to keep it how it is. I was the Connor guy. Yes, you was the Connor guy, Vipul. You was the Connor guy. Unfortunately, it's not Conor McGregor. I do like Conor McGregor. He's well, allegedly all that other crazy stuff going on. Ain't none of that. But as an MMA fighter, as Conor McGregor, I do like him. I don't really dislike him. So, but it was George St. Pierre. GSP was the first person I disliked when it come to mixed martial arts because he beat my favorite at the time. He was Matt Hughes, and I was not happy about it. I just didn't like George St. Pierre. But I like George St. Pierre now. He's one of the goats. He's awesome. He's the guy. I'd like to meet George St. Pierre and interview him. And we're gonna start these interviews on here on my channel as well. I've got some people who I'm speaking to, so we'll get it up. So the next question for the giveaway. So the giveaway question for next week, for this weekend. So as I repeat, I am in the UK. So you need to reply to if you want to win a cash prize, okay, you need to have a PayPal account, okay, and you need to reply to my Bitman TV Instagram page, not Antonio Johnson, the Bitman TV Instagram page. You need to reply there with the answer, and the first person who gets it wins. I just need your PayPal and I send you the money. It's as simple as that. The deadline, I have told you the deadline before, bro. I've told you the deadline before. But the deadline is the same. Every single week it's going to be the same. It's England time, GMT time, Tuesday. It's every Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. That's when lines are closed. You send it at 2 o'clock. You send it at 1 o'clock after that on Wednesday. Nope, you can't win. It's always, the deadline is always a Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Okay? That's the deadline. Every Tuesday. Okay? That's the deadline. So here's the new question for the giveaway. Okay? The giveaway question is this. This is quite easy. It's quite easy. Hopefully you get this. Hopefully, I know I have a feeling. I know that a lot of people are going to send. It could be right. It could be wrong. We'll see. The giveaway is another question about me. So the giveaway is this. If people get this, people get like, oh, I'm gonna make this one a lot easier as well. I literally had a question, but we'll do that one next week. This I'm gonna do an easier one. So this is the easier one. So this is what you need to do. Yeah, this is what you need to do. I'm gonna give you a tip as well. I'm gonna give you a clue and a tip. Okay, you need to go back and look at the UFC and look at how many UFCs have happened in England. Okay, there's a clue for you. Okay, so the question is, what, and I'm not sure, I think I did say this in one of my videos. I think I did, okay? I think I said this in one of my videos. But good luck finding it, bro. You're gonna be looking for years, I don't know. But what UFC event did I attend with my brother? I attended a UFC event in England. Remember, England, I'm consistent of England as a whole United Kingdom. You got the UK, London, and you got all the way up to Scotland, Glasgow. That's what I mean, the UK, your whole United Kingdom, just for those out there who don't know the geography about England. So, excuse me, which UFC event did I attend with my brother? Okay? I attended a UFC event in England. Okay? That's it. That's the question. All you have to do is DM me your answer on my Bitman TV Instagram page. And the winner, you need to have a PayPal. I'm going to send you a cash prize. That's it. Easy as that. So the question was, what UFC event did I attend in the UK when the UFC was in the UK? But you need to have a look. There's been a few, but this is narrowed down. So there can only be one event, okay? So make sure you go and look. I hope someone wins because no one's been winning anything here. But I hope you lot win. Okay, so go and have a look at all the UFC events that happen in the UK. I attended one of them. Okay, so you need to DM me what one it was and the name of it. If you win, I need your PayPal, and the winner and the PayPal will send you a cash prize. And just to let you know, I always announce the winner on Saturday. So it would be next Saturday. I'll announce the winner. Lines close Tuesday, 11:59. You have to DM me by that PM GMT. You need to DM me by that time, and I'll announce the winner next Saturday on my live. That's how it works. So that's it for me, really. I've been over everything. Good luck in the giveaway. I'm going to do a going to Saturday is best for good news. Yes. Hey, if you win, it's good news for you. I'll be sending a cash prize to you to your PayPal, whoever wins. Because you lot are great. Like thank you everyone for following me, watching my stuff, even if you're watching for 30 seconds. Just thank everyone for being here. But I'll be doing a post-fight review tomorrow around about 9 p.m. GMT, just going over the Isreal Adesanya outcome. And let's see if I was right. Let's see if I'm right. I'm telling you right now, if you're going to put any money on, if you're going to bet, I don't think Israel's going to win this. I just think he's checked out. I just don't think he's there anymore. I just don't think he's a style bender anymore. He's not that guy. He's lost the killer instinct. He's made too much money. This is the thing. When these guys make too much money, they're not as hungry, especially when they're a champion and they've been winning and they lose. They just lose the desire, and you have to think about the other desire of the man they're facing, Joe Pyfer. Think about his desire to win. He is hungry, as I said. Probably needs to. He's probably get up to his eyeballs. Yeah, he probably needs to pay this person that. He's probably got bills coming out his eyelids. Yeah, so he needs this win. He needs this money. Okay, so that's how I'm thinking about it, peeps. That's what I'm thinking. So, boys and girls, I'm out. I'm going to post this in a sec. So if you lot need to go back and watch it, you can go back and watch the question. But like I said, the question is, which UFC event did I attend in the UK? That's it. Go and have a look and then come back with your answer. DM me on my Bitman TV page. And lives closed. It closes at 11:59 on Tuesday PM GMT time. If you message the right question after that, sorry mate, it's too late. Yeah, that's how we're going on. All right, so thank you for listening. I'm going to be back here tomorrow around about 9-10 o'clock for the post fight for Isreal Adesanya. I'm just going to say I told you so, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I like Israel, but I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think he's going to beat Joe Pyfer. I'm out.